Hello guys, this is Colonel Sanders again. We're going to change oil again today. We're going to go into the wheel well. The difference is going to be I'm using this cap off tool by Geno's, as you can see right here. It's a pretty nice little tool. Yeah, it's about $25 or so, but excuse my hands, I got into a fight with a chainsaw and some trees the other day, and they looks like they won. But that's what we're going to use right there, and that way we can fill it with oil, pull it out the fender without spilling any, hopefully, and we'll see how that works. So now that we got that going, let it drain a while, and then we're going to pull the filter off. See, she's already down to 122. I can handle that. And that's starting with the engine at 190 and the oil with 190, so I think we'll be okay. Alright, the oil is still a little hot, but I'm going to do it anyway. You can watch and see everything I do here. Alright. Make sure it's up there good. It is. There's my short cheetah pipe, as you can see. Okay, there she is. Nothing's in a bind here, you can see. You're working in this little window right here. You're working in here to here. This, probably could even cut that out more, but don't need to. But anyway, so make sure everything's still in place and looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and get her on out of there. Let's back the zoom off a little bit. Okay. See, right there. You can see it comes out very easily. Not a big deal. In a minute, I'll have it loose enough where I can reach in there and turn it. But I believe it's there now. Let's see if we're going to get any spillage. I don't think we will. Got my pan under there. Okay, it's completely loose. Okay. Alright. Get my socket off of there. Gonna put my Geno's on there for the first time ever. One-handed, huh? We're going to come out with it now. Let's see how my finger fits in this hole. It doesn't. So, this little flapper here. Okay. There she is. Okay, you can see I got about a quart of oil in the thing. I've got it full. Doesn't look like it's leaking now. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can install it, and we'll see how that works. Okay, going in the hole, full of oil. And I'm going to set it down right here on my rag as level as I can, which is not very level, but maybe I need another rag. But it's okay. It's good enough. Let's see if you can see what you're looking at there. It just kind of cocked off to the side, which is why you don't want to fill it all the way, because when you take that off you could get a little bit of leak out. Leave it down a couple inches. The engine leaves it down a couple of inches, so I think that's fine. Now let's see if we can get this cap off with one. Hey, yeah, I can. Okay, so let's see if we can do it without spilling anything. That's the big thing. Alright, there's the tool is off. Make sure my O-ring is lubed up. And it is. So there it is, ready to go in place. Now it's just a simple matter of reaching in there and doing it. Okay, so it's right there. So we're just going to pick it up, go up with it. Okay, got it hung. Spin it on. Tighten it up as tight as I can by hand. Now I'm going to get my little wrench and go a little bit more. Alright, got my little tool here. This, I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty much useless without something to put on the end of it. Even, although, I don't know. I don't want to get too carried away with this long a cheetah pipe, that's for sure. But I don't want it loose either. Well, one thing you ought to make sure you do before you start all this shit is make sure you got your ratchet set to tighten it, not loosen it. Dumbass. Alright. Put it on there. The socket is a good socket. It fits really tight, which is good and bad, because it fits so tight that you got to make sure it's on there. Which it is. So let me let's put this on there. There you go. That's pretty tight right there, folks. That's not Cummins Gorilla, but it's ain't coming off, I will assure you that. Hey guys, a couple of learnings from today's oil change. Every time I do an oil change, I learn something. And as you can see, I use the Geno cap off tool today, which I think is going to work out well. I was able to tighten it and release it with one hand by holding the bottom and then using part of your hand to tighten it enough to get it out and then back in. So that was one of my concerns, because it's pretty much a one hand operation, as you can see. So I think it's going to be good. Anything that will help you keep things clean, I think is you know, an improvement. One thing that I did notice though is that, and I think this is probably the most critical part of the whole thing in terms of not having any spillage, is, and I wish I had an oil filter that I could show you, but on the outside of the O-ring, or the seal, the flat ring, there's a little area, and just about every filter has that little area where if you get a little overspill, it traps in that little area that's just maybe a 1/16 of an inch deep, and then you get oil in there, and then when you, even though you have the cap off tool on, if you tilt it, you're going to get some spillage off of there. So the reason I say it's critical, when you unscrew it, and I use towels and try to make it as flat as possible in my base, and when you set it down, try to keep it as level as possible. I did not have any oil spill out when I released it. It's usually a little bit down, but if you tilt it enough, you can get it to spill. But coming straight off, there's no spillage. So that's just one thing to look for, and you know, that's probably, to me, the most important thing in trying to keep things clean. The other thing is, when I first did my first oil change, I kind of got loaded for bear because I wasn't sure what I would need to get that oil filter off. After reading some of the forums and stuff, I knew it was going to be, as the guys put it, gorilla tight. So I bought all kind of strap wrenches and different things. These two came from Nappa. They're both 93 millimeter, which is what you want. This metal one is the one you want to go with, though. It's thin, but it's stronger than hell, and it fits like a glove. I mean, there's no slop in it at all. In fact, it's hard to get off. It's so tight, which is what you want. When I first, and this one, as you can see, it's some sort of a polymer, plastic, ceramic, whatever. And it's well made. It's got a metal center and all. But when I tried to use this on the original installation, the Gorilla installation, it was jumping the cogs. It would not. I couldn't loosen it. So I got rid of that and got the metal one and took it right off. Never had this thing slip. AutoZone, everybody else may have one that's just as good. I don't know, but I know the Nappa one works really well. The other thing is from Geno's, they give you this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a big old Cummins sticker. They usually, if you order from Geno's, you know, they'll usually give you some little something. And this is what I got with it, a big ass Cummins sticker. So I'll put it somewhere. I'll probably put it right on the door of my truck there. Maybe it'll help me pick up chicks, I don't know. But those are the things that I wanted just in hindsight or follow up. You know, the tool looks like it's going to be fine. I think it's, the thing it does eliminate is leaks when you, if you're using a baggy Ziploc. That works, but there's a lot of little things in there you can hook it on and tear it. So I guess whichever way you do it, take your time when you're doing the filter, because get all set up, get your hands clean, because when you trying to rotate that thing with oily hands and you're holding up, I don't know, several pounds, you know, for an old man like me, that's a challenge. Today I found the threads right off. Didn't have a problem with that. The more you do it, the easier it gets, I can say that. I'm not competing with the guys that go in through the top. Everybody has their own solutions. This is the way I did it from the beginning. It's the way all the dealers, all change people do it. If you're not one of these people that insist on filling your filter, I've heard people say they don't fill their filter, don't worry about it. This is definitely the way to do it if you don't fill the filter, because you just pop the other one off and plug it up, pull it out, screw it back on. Personal opinion. But anyway, that's just some follow-up notes that I had on this oil change today, and put some comments, good or bad. See you next time.